Let's just move on because this is probably going to take me a little while. I am wanting to do another cut crease look. I got a lot of compliments on the one that I did. I think it's the last makeup video that I did on the definition work, which goes on the end of the eye. It is very, it complements people with hooded or mono lids, and it sort of like allows you to have an open eye because there's a lot of brightness in the inner eye, and then at the end of the eye it's nicely contoured, so you get the definition and the contour in the eye, and at the same time you don't lose the size of your eye. If you have hooded lids and small eyes, this could be very, very, very helpful. I just like the way that it looks, so I'm going to do another one with a just another set of colors. I'm going to be into the pinky browns and purples and maroonies and those types of colors. I even have a color that's quite strange, but it's between a copper and an orange and a brown all at the same time, and this is by LA Colors. Today's palettes are going to be again by ELF at LA Colors, and I think I'm going to be using one here. No, I know I am, because I need the black that's in it at the end. And this is MODESA. Again, these are very affordable palettes, and I'll do another video on reviewing these things, and I'm gonna jump into doing more reviews, as I am finding, like I said in my last chat video, that I'm extremely amazed that you can get high quality shadows, even the gel based ones, as dupes for your high-end makeup. For those of us who don't want to go spend $20 or $30 on an eyeshadow, this is for you. So of course we're going to start by priming our eyes, or just putting on some type of base. And I was doing both. I was using both the liquid primers and doing this, but in this one it's an all matte look, and really the definition work is on the end of the eye. I think this would suffice. And by the way, I have already done my face, and I use the vitamin E cold cream and the Garnier BB cream. I also have a very nice dupe. As I said, I'm going to be talking a lot about dupes and doing sort of like reviews on them. This here is by Coastal Scents, and they have a palette. It's called Revealed, and what it is a replica of the Naked palettes, Urban Decay. So that's what this is. So I'm gonna be able to grab a few transition colors out of here that I see that are very nice. So I'm gonna start with that. I was gonna start with another color because I wanted to get kind of like a pinky brown, but I think a good matte tannish color would work the same. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And so I'm going to go ahead, and this is by ELF. I can't read what it's called, but it is a eyeshadow base, and it's just it's called a smudge pot. And all it is simply a skin color one. So I can't exactly read a color here, and I'm going to go ahead and use a synthetic concealer brush to apply this. And by the way, I mentioned before to you guys, I'm going to mention it again, these life-saving paint brushes, these are also synthetic, just like concealer brushes. I'm going to use this one. They're called Royale, and you can get them at your local Walgreens. So I'm going to go ahead and just prime my lids. And I didn't used to ever have to do this before, but I'm finding that it not only does it really help the shadows last a long time, not only does it really help the shadows last a long time, I never had a creasing problem, so that's not really what it's helping me with. But it helps with blending the product, and also just gives the eyeshadows just a real nice look, a really nice finish. And so I'm just getting into this myself. You can choose to do this with your fingers. I've got long nails, so it's hard to, scoop out the product, but I can finish, blending it in with my fingers. This one's nice and matte, which I prefer. I'm in my bathroom today, see how this goes, because out in the other area where I was doing it, which was in my kitchen, actually, well, living room, kitchen, I just need more privacy. So I'm coming back in my bathroom. I've got a better camera, and we'll see how this works out. So after you do that, and by the way, NYC is coming out with palettes that does come with a series of, well, 4 colors for contouring, lid. This here says contouring again, and brow bone. And so they're telling you where your colors go. And I think Wet n Wild is doing it too. And then you've got a highlighter here and a base. So, actually this is a very nice base too. Nice and matte. Just to let you guys know. And I think I paid $4 for this. The dupe, I didn't say, for the Naked palette, this one's called Revealed, Coastal Scents, is $12. So now we are going to continue this at a higher speed, and I'm going to talk to you from this end. As you can see, I am taking that color and using it as another sort of base all over the eye. And this is in twice the speed, so you guys should be able to get a good look. And I know I just picked up that palette and you guys were able to see it. And I'm taking that under the eye because I put eyeshadow down there as well. And I'm also continuing to talk, so I was going to continue making this a full video of me just chatting, but it was going to be too long. So here goes the MODESA palette, and in there is a nice, it's almost like I can't even describe the color, but it's like an ashy, brownish, almost grayish color, and I'm going to use that as my transition. And that one should be lighter than your, darker than your highlight for your brow, just slightly darker. So it's kind of like a tannish from far away, a beigey tannish. I'm going to apply another color right on top of it to turn it into like a tannish pinkish type of transition, because we're working with pinky browns and burgundies and fuchsias and pinks. So that's an e.l.f. palette, and I'm taking that pink that I just spoke of and I'm putting it right on top of that beigey, sort of like grayish, I guess, kind of color, and turning it into a tannish, pinkish type of color. And it will remain light. That was a very light pink. And I'm also using a lot of e.l.f. products in this video just to continue to prove my point of how good the quality is of that makeup. I am using the Echo Tool brushes. I'm also using a little travel set, brush set that I got at Target for like $5. And you've seen it's the first 2 brushes that I used. They're very good for blending. And there's also a pencil brush included in that kit. But I'm using the Echo tools to get into smaller areas now. I'm going to need denser brushes to now work my way down. So now I'm going to take the next darker color, because as I go down, it will get darker until I get to my lid. So the entire hood area is going to be light, kind of like medium, then dark, and then real dark, like the darkest you can get, and then that's where the cut is going to be. So I'm starting to now make my colors and get them into smaller areas, going because there's not a lot of space from there where you see I'm working. And as you notice, I'm blending those colors upward because they're going to blend into the colors above, and that's going to create that gradient. And then I'm going to blend it all together so that it makes sense. But the cut crease in this and on this look is a little bit harsh. So this is not a daytime look. This is a nighttime look. Because if you're out at night and you've got a soft cut, you won't be able to see it. People won't be able to see it. So this is what I would consider a hard cut. There's a lot of colors concentrated in one area to create that cut crease. It should blend into your eyeliner. So on one eye I noticed that I didn't get that far, or somehow, some way I rubbed it off. So that's a boo-boo on my part. Your eyeliner should connect to your outer V eyeshadows to create this cut crease. And so that's what I'm doing here. And as you can see, I used a darker pink shade. And I'm not sure if that's the one that comes from the e.l.f. palette. I think it is. And then on top of that, from that Silver Moon palette, I take the, I think it's like a burgundy wineish type of color. It falls in the pinks, and I blend that into this color next. So you see there's a lot of blending that goes on with this, and until you get that gradient and that look where it looks like it's fading into nothing. When your eyeshadows are going up into the brow bone, it looks like it's just faded into nothing. It gets lighter and lighter and lighter. That's the gradient. That's what you're looking for. And so all of that blending creates this. But creating a hard cut crease for nighttime, you'll need to concentrate your colors more into a specific area, which is going to be where the cut is. If you're doing it for daytime, you'll want to blend that out better so that it doesn't look harsh in daylight. And I have a video like that. It's the one I believe previous to this one. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. It would look, you can see that it's cut and you still get all that gradient, and it's all at the end of the eye, but it's a much softer look. So I am creating a hard cut and a dark bold area right before I get to my lid. This is going to also give the illusion of a larger lid, and using a nice bright color, which I'll get into in a few minutes, on the lid will bring the lid forward, and those dark colors that I'm using right now on my hood will retract it. So you'll get sort of like it will sort of work itself out where your eye has more symmetry, or where it looks even, is I guess what I'm trying to say. So now I'm getting, you see I'm using the actual applicator brushes that come inside your little eyeshadow quads or your little eyeshadow kits. And that's just so that I can get into that tiny area. I do have a pencil brush, but it's kind of big even for this area. So I found that this applicator, which I hate to use those things, but to get into that area where I want to be, is perfect. And then I'm taking the dense side of this Echo Tools blending brush, and I'm blending that upward into the previous color. Then I'm going to get a clean brush and blend all of that together in a few minutes. And that's going to cause it to blend out even better. So right now I'm just applying my colors and blending them into one another, but in a very small concentrated area, which by the way is really hard to do and takes practice, and you need to know your colors. So use colors that are in the same family. Like if you're gonna go purple, use lilac-y shades, use straight up purples, use you can even use pinks, those type of things. You don't want to take brown and use it with pink, or black and use it with red. You don't want to do that. So colors that are way too contrasty, you don't want to use to create this type of eyeshadow look, is what I'm trying to get at. So the colors should be in the same family or the same color code or group, and you blend them up into one another. And then when you do go to blend everything out with a clean brush, it'll create that gradient where it just looks like it all fades out into nothing at the seams, which is what you're going for. And that really is regardless of what eyeshadow look you are doing. But this is a hard cut crease, so we're trying to do it in a very concentrated area for a nighttime VIXEN cat eye look. The eyeliner will be cat eye-ish, just to show you that people with hooded eyes can do that, mature eyes can do that. You have to be careful how you do it, but absolutely you can do it. You just have to know your eye shape and get very comfortable with it, and do it when you're mapping out, whether it be eyeshadows like I'm showing you here. You're mapping out your eye, and you can do that by creating little dots, just drawing little dots around your eyes, whether it's eyeliner or eyeshadow, and then connect them. And then you get used to it, and after a while you'll get very familiar with your specific eye shape. So that's why in this case, in my case, my eye shape, I like the angled look. First of all, I have mature hooded eyes, so I don't want to take all of these dark colors. By the way, just interrupt myself. I am taking a Rimmel white pencil. It's like a milk, a good dupe for the one that NYX has. Everybody's got that one. And I'm brightening up the lid with that, using this as a base now. And also to clean up that cut. It's going to really bring out the where I cut. I just used some black, and I think you guys probably saw me do that, and I showed you it came from the MODESA palette. And then after I have done that, I want to brighten up my eyelids, creating a nice bright base. In this case I use white. I want to set it, and I'm taking that white from the MODESA, and I'm going to set that cream pencil with that. And then over that I'm going to use a purplish lilac-y glitter eyeshadow. It's a loose pigment right over that. And what that's going to do, and you can see it here, is it's going to clean up that cut, and it's going to look nice and crisp and clean now. So you want to take that white pencil or whatever you use right up to where those dark colors end, and that's going to clean that cut crease even further, so it's going to look really neat and clean and even more cut. So that serves all of those purposes. And then I'm going back on my brow bone and just taking the same color and darkening it. It didn't look like, it looked to me like it faded out a little bit, so I went back and just put it back on. And this is just one eye. I'm going to get into the eyeliner probably, I think it's right after this. And where you see at the outer V where that cut crease ends, the cat eye that I'm going to create with my eyeliner pencil, and in my case it's going to be eyeliner gel. And this is by, sorry I keep having to interrupt myself. This pigment is by NYC. And they have a bunch of them, they're like $1, and they're very nicely pigmented. So you see the effect that creates. Also the eyeliner is going to connect to where the cut crease ends. That's going to create the cat eye, and it's going to close off the entire cut crease look. And it's supposed to all blend together when you're done. And I'm trying to explain all of this to you here. As you can tell, it's a little hard to explain. So I am getting to do that now. That is the Maybelline. And if you watched any of my videos, you know it's my favorite dupe for the Bobbi Brown. Mine is in Blackest Black. And you see that I took that all the way out. I created a cat eye. I connected it to the outer V. So I drew a line and angled it out and connected it to where the cut crease ends, so that it all is together. It is all together. There's nothing separate. On the other eye, either it faded off or I didn't connect it right, but it should have connected on the other eye, and I see that it's sort of on the other eye. Didn't connect as well as this one. So this is what your eye should look like. This eye right here. And I think I only do one eye on camera anyway, but in the pictures I can see it. The other eye is not as connected as this one is. So a little boo-boo, I guess, on my part, or I must have rubbed my face or used something and then just didn't go back and clean it up. So just to let you know, this is what it's supposed to look like. I now have everything done. I have primed my face with an e.l.f. primer. By the way, that is a very nice primer. I chose mine in green. Not that I have any red patches, but it's good to have it in case you do get a pimple or anything, or you have some red patches or anything on your face. This will counteract that. And then here I am applying lashes. And this is just the Profusion ones. These are the ones I use in most of my videos, and they're a good dupe for the wispies, the demi wispies. And so for this really dramatic cat eye, I would use those lashes, and that would really further make your eye pop. Now I'm going to take all of the eyeshadows that I use to blend together in that very concentrated area where there's that hard cut crease, and take them under my eye. But here I am using a Rimmel liquid felt tip eyeliner to go over the band and just fix any boo-boos on my eyeliner. And then I'm going to go ahead and take all of those colors, the burgundy, the pink, the grays, right under the eye and create some smoke. And that also is going to connect to the outer V where you start your cat eye, and create a very nice gradient on the bottom. So that should be blended out on the bottom as well. The only place where you should have a lot of darkness is where that cut crease takes place. Again, this is for nighttime. If you wear this during the day, it will be too harsh. And there's a highlighter in there. I chose to use it on the high points of my cheeks. I have now already applied some foundation. I used the Bare Minerals Bare Skin, one layer, and I chose not to do any bronzing or any blush because there's so much going on with the brows and the eyes, and I choose a nude lip. Again, this still would be for nighttime. It's way too much eye makeup for daytime, but I thought I'd give you this nice sexy cat eye VIXEN look. Good for any occasion, nighttime occasion, a date. It's nice and romantic, and it's sexy. And that will be it. As here I'm applying, that is by LA Colors. It is a very pretty nude color. I love those lipsticks. You can get a whole set of them, any color. And I'm going to end it here, guys, and I'm going to have a chat video coming up. So I'll see you guys there. Bye-bye.